Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Pencil Biology। आज मेरे साथ एक PhD स्कॉलर जिनका नाम है कार्निक और वो एक फेलोशिप के बारे में बताने वाले हैं हमें। So first of all, Karnik, thank you so much for joining with Pencil Biology.
Thank you for inviting me, and I'm very much looking forward to this session.
So Karnik, first of all, can you tell us about yourself?
Yes, my name is Rhythm Karnik. I have done my bachelor's in zoology from the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda, and afterwards I have done my master's in microbiology, as I was, interested to learn about the intricate details of how does, microbial system work, and that's why I joined the specialization as microbiology from the same university. And right now I am enrolled for this PhD program under the guideship of Dr. Ranjit Singh Devkar at the Institute of Cell and Molecular Biology.
Okay. So Karnik, can you tell us about the scholarship, something about scholarship, what's the name of the scholarship and all?
Sure. So the scholarship that I'm getting right now, that is the Lady Tata Memorial Trust Scholarship. So it has been going on since 1932, and it was started in the memory of late Lady Meherbai Tata by his husband. She unfortunately died due to leukemia, and in her memory he started this memorial trust, and it is a part of Tata Trust, and they provide fellowships to around 15 to 16 students every year. And it is a very what we say, focused on cancer, neurobiology, and they accept proposals based on what kind of research you are doing, but they mostly focus on translational value so that it can be taken up by some startup or industries in future.
So what's the amount of the scholarship? Can you tell the student?
So the amount of the scholarship is same as CSIR net, which is for the 2 years as a JRF, you get 31,000 per month, and an annual contingency of 30,000 per year. And once you are promoted to SRF, you get 35,000.
Okay. So can you
so
tell
it's
us
for 5 years.
Oh, it's for 5 years. Okay. Same as CSIR.
Yes.
Okay. So what's the procedure for this scholarship? How we have to apply, from when the forms are released?
So the procedure for this scholarship is that first thing, that you have to be very much ready with your proposal. So they start their, the forms are released from December 15th every year, and they continue till January 15th. So there's 1 month long period. And you have to submit a proposal, a research proposal, which is you are going to work on, and along with that you have to submit a few documents from your research guide saying that he'll be supervising your PhD thesis. Along with that, some other documentations that they require. And once you have submitted all that, then they scrutinize all the proposals and they will call you for an interview by the time of I think June, July, and after the interview they'll declare the results.
Okay. So like what I'm getting is that you should already be in PhD for applying the scholarship. You have to be in PhD.
No. So the thing is, they ask that at least you should have joined one lab you are interested in. So you should have a research idea ready with you.
Okay.
Because that's how they use to screen the proposals.
Okay.
Once you have a research idea, and they don't require you to be a registered student at some university or institute, but at least there should be one registered guide that is ready to take you up once you get a fellowship. So that is one requirement.
Okay, so from this, I am getting one question is how to write research proposal. Many of the students ask me how to write a research proposal. So if you can guide something about that.
Sure. So first thing, writing a research proposal is itself a humongous task, but I will simplify it down in a few steps as according to my experience. So basically, a research proposal starts with a very what we say, an idea that you want to explore, something that you are curious about. So once, like, you are reading literature and you find that this field of study is not yet been explored. For me, it was circadian biology and its connection with immunology. So that was not that much explored. So I read up on literature survey first, like what kind of work has been done. So that is the first step, that leading up reading on the literature. Then the next step that you do is that you have some meetings with the with your guide, who will be uh, who will be ready to support you. And then you devise some objectives that you will be using. So in objectives, it has objectives that what experiments you will be conducting, and then what kind of requirements in terms of consumables that you will be require, what instruments you'll require. And once you are done with that, then you start writing your proposal. It has introduction. Then the second section will be of literature survey, like what kind of information has already been published in the papers. And then you write about your objectives, like what is your hypothesis, and how you will be proving that this hypothesis is correct. And for that, you have objectives and the methodology. So that is in short how you write a research proposal. And that's what I think generally Lady Tata Memorial Trust, they accept in this form.
Okay. So for example, if I am an MSc student, I'm an MSc student और मुझे कुछ भी नहीं पता रिसर्च के बारे में, so मुझे कैसे पता चलेगा कि मुझे ये टॉपिक पे रिसर्च करनी है, मुझे इस टॉपिक पे रिसर्च प्रपोजल करना है, तो कैसे स्टूडेंट एक फाइनलाइज करे इस चीज?
So for a student that is doing their MSc or just passed their MSc, I would say that it is very important that you join some lab or do some kind of internship while you are doing your MSc.
Okay.
Because writing the research proposal, you need some research experience to be able to know which kind of techniques I shall use to prove my hypothesis.
Okay.
It's like as simple as if I want to study gene expression of some unknown gene, then I have to first know that there is some technique called as real-time PCR. There is Western blotting techniques that I can use. So that exposure we only get once we join a lab as an intern or as a project fellow. So I would suggest the MSc students to first go and talk to the professors that are there in their department and join as an intern. So there are many labs that would accept students who are also doing their MSc and allow them to just be an intern and learn the techniques that are going on. And once you are in a lab, then you try to ask some questions to yourself, like which subjects that you are studying you find them interesting.
Okay.
And based on that subjects, then you can start exploring about the literature that is there.
Yeah.
And come to a conclusion.
Yeah, summer internships, winter internships, they keep on going every year in IITs,
Yes, yes.
top institutes also. Okay, so once again regarding the fellowship, so any interviews were taken for the scholarship?
Yes, they do take interviews in the June and July.
Okay.
They select around 30 to 45 students. So based on the applications they are receiving,
okay,
and they will call them to Mumbai, where the center is located.
Yeah.
And there will, during the interviews, I will say that they have a very large network of people connected with Lady Tata Memorial Trust. And they call people from AIMS, IITs. So, and this year I would say that they had people from IIT Mumbai. That's where the interview was conducted. And there were people from IISER Bhubaneswar, IISER Bhopal, as well as AIMS. So they have a good connection and a good network of principal investigators that will be conducting the interview.
Okay.
And so that's what you have to be ready for, I would say.
So how many panelists were there in your interview?
There were panelists of around 6 people from different fields,
Okay.
starting from biology, structural biology, etc.
So they will basically ask you about the research proposal that you have written.
Yes, so you'll have to defend your research proposal, because they will try to find out flaws where they can,
Okay.
and your mistakes, obviously. So you have to explain them that why you are doing a certain experiment, or why you are doing flow cytometry instead of just normal immunohistochemistry, something like that. So they will try to understand why you have proposed this idea, and what was the logic behind it. And if you are very much clear about your basics, that I would say that you are teaching in your videos, and that have been very much helpful, as I would say. So first you have to be clear about the basics that you are of cell biology, of molecular biology, biochemistry, and then you will be able to answer those questions.
Okay. So can I ask you one question, that how to crack an PhD interview? Like many students are asking me that how to clear that interview. So how? I want to ask you how.
So cracking an PhD interview is more about impressing the PIs that are taking the interview. First thing that you do is try to do your own research. Like if you are appearing for an interview at an institute like NCBS, like IISER Pune, like NII Delhi, then try to read upon what the principal investigators there are working on.
Okay.
So, for example, for my interview at NII Delhi, what I had done was I had read upon the research that all the PIs have done till now, their past papers. So you get an idea about what kind of what kind of scientific approach they have. So what they will be expecting you. So first thing in these interviews, they ask you to design an experiment that will be used for to reach a conclusion.
Okay.
So for me, one of the question was they will give me a cell line, and this cell line is expressing one protein, and they want to see that where this protein is getting localized.
Okay.
So they told me to design experiments so that I can know where this protein is getting localized specifically. And they asked me to be very much detailed about it. So not to leave any kind of, small things that we might find that is not important. Okay. It's like handling the cell line, I would say. Okay. It starts from there, that you need complete media with fetal bovine serum and antibiotics. Then you tell them that once I have a cell line established, then I will seed them into a 6-well plate. And after seeding that, I will be doing immunocytochemistry, where I'll be using antibodies specific to these protein. Okay. And once they are, these antibodies have been, it has been given antibody wash, then I'll be using a secondary antibody to stain this. Yes. And that's how you tell them. So that's that kind of questions they want to, like answers they want to see. And that's how you impress them. You show them that you know about the subject. And this kind of answers they expect during the PhD interviews.
So it will be good if you know about the techniques, you have handled such kind of thing in the laboratory. So it will be beneficial for the student only. Okay.
So nowadays it is very much,
yes. Please
nowadays it is very much important in every lab. Like if you want to go for a good institute, that you have some little experience, hands-on experience in working with contemporary techniques. And apart from that, I would say that like the students should read research papers that are being currently published in good journals, so they know like what kind of techniques are used right now and why are they used. That is more important.
So recent research one must go through with them. That's very important. So that they come to know what is going in this world, what in research field. Okay, that's
Yes.
so basically for this scholarship, once again, I'm on scholarship. So for scholarship, you have applied, you have given your research proposal. After that, interview was conducted. I think one interview was conducted, right?
Yes.
And after that, you were selected. So when the
Yes.
result comes regarding this scholarship,
Yeah.
when you get
The results are announced normally in the month of August or September, because their financial term that starts from August to July. That's how they disburse this fellowships. So it's either it is in the first week of August, and if not in first week of August, they will first week of September. That's how it is.
So Karnik, can you tell us about your research also? Like you are a PhD fellow. So can you tell us about that a bit?
Sure. So right now, what I'm working on is that how does our sleep-wake cycle or sleep-wake cycle in terms of how does our quality of sleep, first thing, and the time at which we sleep. So what happens right now with students, as you know, that we sleep sometimes at 10 p.m., sometimes we sleep at 2 p.m., 2 a.m. in the morning. And sometimes if we have some exams, with how it used to happen with me, that I would be awake till 6 a.m. in the morning just to read on that. So this kind of schedule, it creates a lifestyle disorder called as chronodisruption. So your circadian biological clock is very much disturbed. And I'm trying to understand how does this kind of lifestyle, how does it affect our immune system? So immune cells, I have seen that they migrate from our blood to our different organs in our body to the site where they are stored throughout the day. So they are highest in number at night in blood, and then they migrate to peripheral tissues to scavenge for inflammatory signals or infection. And once they do that, they'll go back to their respective places of storage. So what I've seen is that chronodisruption or this kind of sleep-wake changes in our lifestyle, they lead to a disruption in the migration of immune cells, leading to high-grade inflammation in diseases like autoimmune disorders like rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, and that's what my study is. So how we can control this high-grade inflammation, because people suffering with rheumatoid arthritis, they always complain that they have a lack of sleep. They are not able to sleep because of the pain, and in a way, it is contributing towards their higher inflammation.
So your research is very interesting. I'm feeling like I can keep on listening. Your research is very, very fascinating, because it's like generally we don't sleep so that much. So it's very interesting, Karnik.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. So apart from that, what's your future? What's your future plan, Karnik? Any future plan?
So yeah, I do I do have some future plans, as I would say that I want to be in the field of research because I enjoy working in the lab, and I enjoy the freedom that I get while doing my PhD. That's thanks to my research guide, that I have the freedom to work whenever I want. And even I am at the lab sometimes all night long, because chronodisruption experiments we have to conduct at a basis of 24 hours. So we have to collect samples every 2 to 3 hours and for 24 hours continuously.
Okay.
So, excuse me. So I do plan on, going for a postdoc and try to be in a field of research itself. So there is one option of postdoc that most of the people, they go for.
Yes.
Other than that, something which is, industry related, where I can be in touch with the field of chronobiology, obviously, as well as animal experimentations. So this is one of the important field in terms of pharmaceutical companies where, if you want to go for. So at least if you have some experience with animal handling, animal experimentation, then you have a good future there. So they also have very good R&D departments. So that's these are the two ideas for now for me. But yeah, main focus is for a postdoc fellowship.
That's great, Karnik. That's great. So you want to give any message to the students who are viewing this video?
Yeah, for one message, I would say, as I've said earlier as well, that those who are doing their BSc or MSc, I would say that right now the field of life science, I would say, is very much competitive, and I would suggest them that they try to gain some experience in form of an summer internship, winter internship, anywhere they are studying. So research is going on in India in every college, every institute, I would say, and the only thing is that how much curious you are, and how much you are able to approach your professors and get the 100% out of them.
Okay.
So just join a lab and be an intern. You'll learn a lot of things. So that's the final message I would say.
So thank you so much, Karnik, for joining with us and for giving such a valuable message to all of us, including me and the student, and talking about your research. So thank you so much, Karnik. Thank you so much for joining with Bansal Biology.
You're welcome.